Welcome back to Rangerverse Medieval D&D. I'm your DM, Trevor Golding. And our Brandon Forleo / Billy Cranston, not here right now. He's doing paperwork for a new job. Hopefully he'll join us later. So, apologies for not putting up a video in a very long time. Various things happened. Not going to go over all of it. But, yes, in short, life. So, we left off at Zordon bringing the party back to his quote-unquote command center, and that's where we leave off. So, Zordon the Wizard brings you three through the forest and outside the town of Infinitum. It's about an hour's walk, and eventually you get to an unassuming little hut. And on the door is a little slit, one of those little open slits for eyes. And Zordon gives the door a knock with his staff, and the slit opens, and the voice says, "Password." And Zordon says, "You don't need the password. It's me." And the voice says once again, "Password." And Zordon just rolls his eyes and just whispers into the slit, "Clams." And why don't you two give me a perception check, see if you heard that. That's a D20. Alright, so we have a 20. Alright, so you both definitely heard that password. The password of clams. What you will do with that information is up to you. So the slit closes and the door opens. And Zordon immediately says to the figure, it is a very short dwarf named Alphaeus. And Zordon goes, "Alphaeus, you don't need the password every time I come back. The password is for individuals you don't know." And Alphaeus says, "Well, I don't know if it's you or not." And he says, "You do know if it's me or not. You can see me through the slit." And Alphaeus is just like, "I'm short." And Zordon's just like, facepalm. So, again, Zordon bids you in, and again, as you walk in, you're kind of in awe because it's a small hut on the outside, but on the inside, it's huge. It's pretty much a cavern. So, stalagmites, stalactites, and Zordon says, "Welcome. This is Alphaeus, my dwarven companion." And Alphaeus kind of just does a curt little wave and says, "Hello." And Zordon's just like, "Alright, Alphaeus, you can go back to your tinkering." And he does just that. You see a little tinkerer's bench on the far right of the cavern, and Alphaeus just kind of waddles to his tinkerer's bench and starts working on whatever the hell he's working on. And Zordon's just like, Welcome to my command center. Behind me are the viewing mirrors. I can see literally wherever I want it in the land of Faerun. And to the left you see a crystal ball. This is the viewing globe. Whereas the viewing mirrors are more for surveillance, the viewing globe is for specific locations. If I want to call up on, say, the town you were just in, I would go to the viewing globe. And in fact, that's how I found you three. So, Cranston mentioned the Nylock. And the Nylock are a... Oh. And here... Okay. The only thing you missed in this current session is you got to Zoran's command center, you saw Alphaeus's little tinkerer's table, the viewing globe, the viewing mirrors, and Zoran is now explaining the Nylock to everybody. So, anyway, back into it. The Nylock, the Nylock are a cult of very villainous beings. They want to bring their master Xandred, into this realm. Was that a good description for you, Cranston? What is it, my turtle friend? Not much is actually known about their language. Yes, what Cranston says is true. Most regular human beings who read the Nylock language end up going mad completely. There's some type of overarching spell on their entire language that makes anyone who reads it go mad. And completely, the language itself is usually what corrupts people into the cult. So, but what I can do is show you on if you'll look at the viewing mirrors behind me, and the mirrors light up to show a nearby camp of Nylock. And you see that they are just this, it's just this camp of weird, almost fish people that their skin is all red, and it's not even really skin, it's all scales, and their faces actually have gills, and their teeth are like piranhas, super sharp, and they come out of their lips. And that's just the grunts. There are more than a few generals in this camp, and they're even more disgusting. So, I mean, I'm assuming you've all seen Samurai, so you know what a typical Nylock general might look like. Yeah. So, yeah. Alright. Anyway, so that's what you see in the viewing mirrors, and Zoran's just like, this is what Nylok look like after they've been corrupted. And this is a nearby camp of them. I believe the bartender at the tavern mentioned this camp to you three when you were getting your meals. So, unfortunately, mere mortals generally do not have the skills to go up against the Nylok without consequences. So, I need to give you a leg up. If you'll follow me, he bids you farther into the cavern that is his command center, and you see a table with, it's a very simple wooden table, but on it has 2 crystals, and Sir Thomas, you recognize these crystals. They look pretty much exactly like the crystal that you have, except they are blue and silver, where yours is red. And Zoran says, these are known as Zeo Crystals. Sir Thomas, I believe you have one in your possession. I am now going to tell you what that crystal is for. These crystals are very rare. There are not very many of them in this realm. The fact that you have one, Sir Thomas, is a feat unto itself. And these crystals, given to the right people with the right intentions, will give you special magic. So, but they need to be attuned to you and your spirit animal as well. Yeah, I shall. Now, so Thomas, I believe I've been speaking to the king and queen at in your kingdom of Animaria, and they told me that you've been having some strange dreams lately. Well, they didn't tell me what those dreams were. Can you share with the class, as it were? Well, I don't know if any of you two have had similar dreams lately, but a dream like that means that your spirit animal is trying to contact you. And so, Thomas, you have the Red Falcon. And saying that, Zoran picks up the 2 other Zeo Crystals. He hands the blue one to you, Cranston, and the silver one to you, Leo. And right as you grab the crystals, you feel this surge of magical energy. And you immediately see vision of your spirit animal. So as I was about to mention, Cranston, you see a vision of a fierce-looking blue gorilla, and Leo, you see a vision of a huge, but seemingly also delicate, silver dragon. Your spirit animals and the magic within the crystal, they both provide you the magic with which you get your powers. And with that, I need you all to hold your crystals into the air and repeat after me. I call upon, and I'll without saying each spirit animal, Zoran basically tells you all to say, I call upon the power of your spirit animal. And with that, you feel another surge of magical energy, and you look down at your feet, and this magical armor is appearing right upon your bodies. And it looks, well, as you've seen the pictures that Brandon said in the chat. So almost Ryu Soldier-like. So it's this, and Sir Thomas, you noticed immediately this is a different level of armor from anything you've ever worn. This is no normal knight's armor. And with that, you are now the you are now, Zoran says, you are now my mighty mystics. Alphaeus did, actually. Alphaeus just holds up a thumbs up. Well, your first quest will be to go to that camp and, kill off as many of those Nalak as you can. And to fully unlock your powers, I'm giving you each a minor quest to do. So Thomas, in line with your spirit animal, the Red Falcon, your quest is to burn aflame the head general of this camp. So so basically what Zoran's saying here is, once you kill him off, incinerate his body. Cranston, in line with your spirit animal, the blue gorilla, your quest is to, let's see, what am I gonna have you do? Your quest is to build a weapon with which to kill off your enemy. Well, if you finish it correctly, then your power will be unlocked. And Leo, in line with your spirit animal, the mystical silver dragon, your quest will be to, if it's possible, there are only rumors of this, but supposedly with the right spell, you can actually return a Nylok to its prior human form. It's only a rumor, but supposedly there is a spell that the Zeo Crystals grant that can do this. So Leo, this will be your quest, to figure out if this is possible. And out of game, Jack, I'll let you know that basically what's going to happen with this is when you'll know the right time by how the story is going, but when the right time pops up, basically you're going to pull out your Zeo Crystal, say a few words of your choice, basically make up the spell by yourself, and you'll have to roll for it. So you'll roll some type of Arcana roll, and depending on how well you do, the Nylok will either turn back or not turn back. So we'll get to that when we get to that. Well, as I just said, it was only a rumor that this was possible anyway. So depending on how he rolls, it'll either work, maybe it'll work somewhat, or it just won't work at all. And yes, basically it's to see if this rumor is true or not. So, anyway. So, does anyone have any questions? For the moment. Well, why don't you give me a perception check? Alright. You see, it's essentially, it's almost like, it's a spandex-ish suit. Imagine a spandex-ish suit with various magical sigils on the chest plate.
Yeah.
And the helmet is almost like a typical knight's armor helmet, except it basically conforms to the shape of your head.
Oh, okay.
And it has Zordon's symbol on the forehead.
All right.
And You two see a very similar thing when you look at Leo, except obviously since he's not human, his suit conforms to his actual body, but not to his shell.
Oh, okay, cool.
So his shell is kind of looking almost out of place on this otherwise very impressive looking suit of armor. So, with that, no questions then?
Do you have,
Oh, you go first, Leo.
would you happen to have any ironwood?
Ironwood. Alpheus might have some.
Because I need quite a bit of it real quick to do something.
Alpheus might have some. He's the one who goes out looking for various things in the forest. You never know what he might find.
I go to Alpheus.
And Alpheus is just working on his tinkering. He doesn't even notice you.
Hey Alpheus, I have a question to ask you.
He begrudgingly puts down his tools and he looks up at you.
Do you have any?
What do you
Sorry.
want? What do you want, Turtle Man?
Do you have any ironwood short stack?
Ironwood. What might I ask does a turtle need with ironwood?
Something that will help me. Something that will help me and possibly my comrades I just made in battle. And plus, it's the wood of my people.
I did not know that your people had a material of choice. But let me go through my things. I might have something for you.
Thank you.
And he just kind of shakes his head begrudgingly and walks off for a little bit. And let me do a roll here. Okay. After a few minutes, he comes back. In his hands are quite literally 4 pieces of ironwood.
How big are they?
Not very big, about yay big.
And there's 4 of those?
4 of them. And he says, "Will this be enough? Please say yes."
Yes.
Good. This is all I got.
Uh,
You can have it.
oh, thank you. Take the ironwood.
Anything else, Turtle Man?
No, I think that'll be all.
Good. And then he just goes right back to his tinkering. So, back to Cranston's question now.
I've seen armor similar to this. Legends say the Morphing Masters came to Earth to armor up heroes in the past. Is this connected to that same armor? Like the Morphing Masters?
I have heard this tale of which you speak, Cranston. I am not sure. I don't know where these Zeo Crystals came from.
Mystery.
If you were able to find out where these crystals came from, you might get your answer.
Okay, Zordon.
And will that be all?
From me, yes.
And I see you got your ironwood, Turtle Man.
Yes.
Good. I had a feeling Alpheus might have something for you. He's always picking things up.
It's not a lot, but for what I want to fully use it for, but I can use it for something I did have in mind.
Good, good. So, Thomas, are you satisfied?
Point us in the right direction, Zordon, and we will achieve our goals.
Good, good. Now, with that, he lays out his hand, pointing to his door, and bids you out of his command center. And with that, you open the door, and you're not in this forest as you thought you might be. You've traveled right to about a mile or so out from the entrance to this Nylock camp.
Okay.
So, what's your move?
Seems we've been transported to right where we need to be. Or at least, not where we once were.
He seems like a trustworthy old man, even though he does come off as a little creepy.
Zordon has helped me many times in the past, for many years. We can definitely trust him, I assure you.
The guy literally teleported us to another part of the area. Do you really think we could trust this person?
Bite your tongue, my friend! Zordon would never double-cross us. Everything he does is for good. Always has noble intentions. Now, I believe we should continue on and find these Nylock.
Okay.
Alright. So
Follow.
So before you pull up to this Nylock camp, I'd like everyone to please give me either perception or investigation. Your choice.
Alright.
Let's see.
And Brandon, just so you know, a perception check is a d20 plus your wisdom modifier, which is probably going to be a 3.
Okay, so 17 plus 3.
That's 20, okay.
20.
So what's the difference between investigation and perception? Would they use a different modifier, or are they the same?
Investigation goes off your int, perception goes off your wisdom.
So it's either your intelligence or your wisdom.
Modifier.
Right. Well, they're both plus 3, so... Alright, so I'll do my perception check. I rolled a 16 plus 3, that's 19.
And, Jack?
I got a 21.
For which? Perception or investigation?
It don't matter, they're both the same. Investigation.
Alright. So, Cranston and Sir Thomas, with just eyeballing things, you can plainly see blood on the ground. And it looks like human blood.
Yep, there was definitely a killing going on here.
And, Leo, with your keen senses, you can almost replay the incident in your head. This looks like a very gruesome killing. Not only do you see the blood, you see off in the nearby bushes, there's just a severed arm.
Okay.
And that's where the trail of blood is coming from.
I tell Sir Thomas and Billy, this was not a mercy killing at all. There's the arm of whoever was killed.
This is not good. We're fighting some vicious foes. But we can't stop now. Zordon is depending on us.
May I ask him, can I lead the way? I can get us there.
By all means, friend.
The forest is my territory.
Okay. Alright, so Leo, you lead the group to the Nylock camp. And once you get, the closer you get, the more you see camp is a very loose term. It's really just a few wooden fences with a quote-unquote gate. And by gate, I put quotes there for a very big reason, and that reason is the gate doesn't have a lock. It literally just pushes open.
Okay.
And there are 3 Nylock grunts in front.
Alright. So, how big would you say, if we can see this, how big do you think the camp would be?
Based off of your perception rolls earlier, I'm not going to make you roll perception again. Based off of your perception rolls earlier, I'd say you can see this location, for lack of a better term. As I said, it's camp, very loosely. This location, it's about the size, maybe, of if you've ever been to a Boy Scout camp.
Yeah. Can't say that.
It's like the size of a medium-sized Boy Scout camp.
So what, like 100, like 60 feet in a cone area, would you say is how big it is?
About that, yeah.
I look at my companions here and say, you think we could stay right here for like 10 minutes?
We'll try that out.
What are your thoughts? What's your plan?
They're about to get a good helping of lightning drop upon them. It's just going to take me a little bit of time to cast the spell.
All right. So as I said, there are these 3 Nylock in front of the gate / door / entrance to this camp. They don't see you at the moment.
That is perfect. What's the weather like?
Clear. But there is a very pungent smell to the air.
Okay. So I'm catching them unawares why I'm hoping to do this, so.
Alright, so why don't all of you roll stealth rolls for me? See if you can hide from these guards.
What number will that?
It's a D20, and it's probably going to be some sort of modifier, Jackal.
Okay.
Dex based.
Dex 9. Modifier, so that's probably another 3.
Yep, it's another 3 from me. Okay, 18 plus 3, 21.
Natural 20, 24 for me.
Okay, so Cranston
9 plus 3, 12.
Okay, so Cranston has the lowest roll. Yeah. Which, I guess, makes sense.
Yeah, it probably would.
Alright, so Leo and Sir Thomas, you're able to hide in the nearby bushes fairly well without the guards noticing you. But Cranston, you have those 2... You still have your lances on your back, right?
Yes.
So, while you're trying to be sneaky like your new friends, the sun kind of glints and glares off of the blades of your lances, and it catches the attention of the guards.
Uh-oh.
So, you hear that all 3 of you kind of hear this language that none of you can understand. It's to you it just sounds like gibberish.
So what are they saying?
You have no idea what they're saying.
Because I have I can understand abyssal.
You can call it a dead language, so pretty much no one speaks it anymore. It's a purely Nylock thing.
Maybe he can hear like 1 or 2 words, but not a complete sentence.
Yeah, so you know what? That's a good idea. Leo, why don't you roll me a history check?
Oh, yes. I'm waiting for... Come on, don't do this to me. Let's see, history. And I am proficient in it. Awesome. 26. 26 history check.
Okay. So with that, yes, you are able to pick out a word or two of what they're saying. It's
Okay.
from what you can gather, that they're pretty much saying, "Oh look." That's basically the extent of their words. Oh look, we saw something.
Okay.
So the guards are coming towards you. What is your actions?
All 3 of us are just focusing on Cranston.
Well, they're focusing on the little glare that they saw, but I'm assuming you're all hiding in the same bushy area.
Sure, why not? Well, Brandon, it's up to you what you think you should do. Do you think you should try concealing yourself a little bit better, or do you think you should charge at him? I think your call.
I'm just hoping they don't notice, despite the fact that it's glaring and obvious.
I say, run at an angle from us so we can still keep an eye on you to draw them away from us. So we can drop the thunder.
I'll be over there.
Okay, so roll another stealth check for me, Cranston.
5.
Hello, aliens.
Hello.
Plus your modifier,
That's
Brandon.
3, so he's 8.
8.
Why don't you bring me a coaster?
Bring you a coaster. Bring you a damn coaster. Put on a windowsill.
I'll put you on the windowsill.
Sounds good to me.
Anyway, doggy. This is not for you. Nope, other one.
Roxy.
Indeed. Where there's food, she follows.
That's pretty good. Alright, so he rolled a 5 plus the modifier, that's 8. So
Oh, that's not. You're not rolling too good today, Brandon.
Not really.
I am going to help Brendan out with this. So while he's moving away, that area they're trying to get to him, I'm going to cast Plant Growth. It is instantaneous.
Oh, and this hides him, I'm guessing?
Basically, all normal plants, so like the trees and stuff, in a 100-foot radius centered on that point become thick and overgrown. A creature moving through the area must spend 4 feet of movement for every 1 feet it moves. So this is stalling them getting to him, so he has a better chance to get away.
Oh, okay. Alright, so I will do some rolls to see if they are able to get, if this helps. Okay, so your very hasty spell does help in the sense that 2 of the guards are kind of stuck in this overgrowth now. So, Cranston, you still have 1 guard that is very determined to see what happens, to see where you're going. So, yeah.
Maybe the Nilux are colorblind and maybe he didn't see the shining lance. Maybe? Hopefully? Or we're dead.
No, you might be dead. Roll one more stealth check for me.
Good luck, music.
7.
Plus.
Thanks. So 10.
Okay. So, with that, with a combination of all of your stealth rolls, they were all pretty bad. I'll say that this guard, seeing his two companions just struggling through this overgrowth, and he still sees the glistening of your lance, but he kind of just looks around, and he's just like, and he just goes back to his post.
So he probably just thinks it's nothing. Alright.
Alright. So, Leo, how long does this spell of yours take to cast?
The Call Lightning or the other one I did?
Whatever your plan was to destroy this entire camp in one go.
Oh, Call Lightning, 10 minutes.
So, how much time would you say has passed?
With them trying to figure out, I would say about 9 minutes or so.
Alright.
Most likely 10.
Alright, so... do you need to roll anything for that?
Nope, not for this one.
Alright, so, alright. But I definitely need to roll some things. Alright. Okay. And alright. Alright. So we'll say the 10 minutes are up. You, so why don't you describe for me how you, do this spell of yours?
Basically, I concentrated above the camp. It'll just appear as if a storm is coming, and they're not aware of my presence, so they don't get the dex save that they would normally get from it. So basically, storm clouds start coming, and then boom.
Alright. So, considering there are a lot of Nylock, including various generals in this camp, I'll say, why don't you roll me just a bulk damage amount? So, like, 2 or 3 normal damage rolls, and that'll be the bulk damage to the entire camp.
See, for the first one, 25. $20. And another 28 damage of lightning. So 25, 45, 20, 70. 73 lightning damage just dropped on them.
Okay. So 73 lightning damage on the entire camp. Alright, so we'll say that the storm clouds form above the camp. Lightning strike. More than a few lightning strikes come down. The whole place is on fire. And outrunning from the camp comes two regular Nylok grunts and a Nylok, we'll say, like, a mid-tier villain from a regular series of the show.
So like a Goldar type?
No, I'd say more like the
Octoroo?
I was thinking, no, you know how...
Not a monster of the week, right?
No, not a monster of the week, but like a more important monster where, like, middle of the series, the Rangers are really getting on the main villain's nerves.
Okay.
So they
Octoroo.
It's like a more powerful monster of the week.
Yeah. So they send...
He's not a monster of the week. He's more like he's around for like an arc of the season.
Like
yeah.
Lil Card from Mighty Morphin.
Something like that. Yeah.
Or maybe even I think Lokar is too powerful of an example. Maybe like Decker. Like
good
Decker.
example.
Yeah.
He's more powerful than Octoroo.
Yeah, but Octoroo didn't really ever do anything. He never fought one.
He almost killed the Red Ranger.
I think he had a bigger. He actually fought the Rangers in Gokaiger.
And besides, Decker doesn't even like Xandrid.
True. But what about Serrator? Serrator is a good example because Serrator kind of tried to take over the Nylok. I mean,
Yeah, Serrator would work.
Alright, so think like a Serrator level general of the Nylok.
Okay.
So 2 soldiers and this Serrator level villain.
Alright.
Come running out of the camp.
So they're still unaware of us, right?
No, they're unaware of you, but they obviously know something happened because this freak storm came out of literally nowhere.
Mm.
So unlike the grunts, the Serrator level villain does speak some common English. So he yells out, "Who did this? Show yourselves!"
I'm not saying nothing.
And with that, he commands the 2 grunts to go look for the perpetrator.
How far are they away from us?
About, I'd say the entrance to the camp, well, where it was anyway, before you completely destroyed it with lightning. The entrance to the camp was about 2 full movement cycles away from you.
Alright. So that won't work. While I look at Sir Thomas, you mind if I try something else?
After what you just did, you can do whatever you want, my friend.
Alright, I'm gonna... so, 2 full movement actions away. So, are they within 60 feet? Or are they a little bit farther back?
I'd say a little bit farther back, but not by much.
Alright, I'm gonna wait. Actually, hang on, maybe... What's this one do? So, 15 feet. Alright. I'm going to save that little fun thing for later. I'm going to wait for them to get a little bit closer, at least within 60 feet. You just let me know when they get close enough.
Alright. So, actually, before we do anything, this is pretty much going to be a fight. So why don't we all roll initiative?
I was waiting for you to say that.
So if they're still unaware of me, I'm waiting on my thing to. I want to do one more shenanigan.
Okay. And what might that be?
So I got 2 hands. I will cast the spell twice, and the effect is instantaneous. For the 2 guys that are coming at us, the grunts, I'm gonna ice knife them both.
Nice.
Ooh, ice knife from the bushes.
And they do get a reflex save, but I need you to tell me if it's a pass or fail.
Alright, well, before we do any of that, roll your initiative roll.
18.
17.
Oh, now you roll well, Brandon.
Hang
Now
on.
it decides to.
Initiative. Okay, initiative goes off Dex, so roll that.
Oh, I have a modifier for initiative as well?
It's Dex modifier, yes.
Okay, so then 18 plus 3, that's 21 for me.
23 for me.
Alright. So, let's say Brandon got a 17, that's, let's say 21. Let's say his modifier for Dex is a 4.
Okay.
Alright. So, who had the highest initiative?
I did.
You
I
did.
believe.
All right, that's good because you were doing your ice knife anyway. All right.
Yeah, and Brandon and I, with our modifiers, both end up 21.
All right. So, I guess you two can choose whoever wants to go first, and that'll be that for the combat.
Alright, Brandon can go, and I guess I'll try to deliver a finishing blow if he's alright with that.
Alright, that works. Alright, so, Leo, you shoot your ice knife. So, you're doing at both of these grunts?
Yes, to cast it, it is instantaneous.
Alright, that's fine. Alright, so...
I just need to know...
yeah.
I'll roll to hit them real quick. 26 to hit them.
Alright, that definitely hits.
Alright.
Alright, and let me roll for that reflex save. And that's a d20?
It's d20. So it's 15 plus my save, so they gotta at least make a 22 to save against it.
I highly doubt that's gonna happen, but you never know.
What?
Alright, so... yeah, they didn't save.
Okay, so both of them take 1d10 piercing, and since they failed on their dexterity save, they both take 2d6 cold damage.
Awesome. Roll that damage, brother.
Alright, so... do the first Nyla.
Nat 20?
No,
No, it's a D10 he had to roll.
alright, D10.
I was gonna say
so
natural 10 then.
natural 10, so they both take 10 piercing damage, and then I gotta roll 2d6. I'll just roll a d12 since it... and they take 10 cold damage each.
Alright. So, we'll say, with that action, they are definitely aware of you now.
Alright.
But, one of them is... we'll say was that they're definitely aware of your presence, but one of them is frozen solid.
Alright.
So, that's technically paralysis, I guess.
Paralysis, petrification. Now, I look at Sir Thomas. You can just concentrate. You can coup de grace the frozen one to get rid of them completely, if you wish.
Well, my quest is to incinerate one of them. So no, wait, it had to be a general, right, Trevor?
It did.
Okay.
So it would have to be the stronger.
All right, no problem. I'll focus on the big guy.
All right. If you need help, let me know.
I will. Indeed, I will. All right, so now, Brandon, yes?
What am I doing?
Anything you want. You have 2 Nihilok grunts in front of you. One of them is frozen solid.
Well, he's frozen, so let's take him out the easy way.
So what, you're going to use your lance to just bludgeon him or something like that? Try to break him apart?
Yeah, just like impale.
Okay. Well, there's no point in rolling to hit, because obviously it hits. He's frozen solid.
Yeah.
So, just roll that sweet, sweet damage. So that's a D8, I believe.
DA, what number is that?
It's a...
Okay. 8.
Alright, so 8 damage. That's enough.
Plus his strength modifier goes into that too.
Alright, so I don't know his strength stats, so I'm assuming that we gave strength for him as the more important stat, so that would probably be an 18, so we'll say plus 4.
So 12 damage.
Oh, that's more than enough. You take your lance and you just shove it right through the frozen solid Nihilok, and then you rip it out, and he just crinkles to the ground.
Fatality.
Exactly. Sub-Zero.
Alright, my go, right?
Unless Brandon wants to make some type of movement action.
You can go.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So, I'm going to charge towards that, that general over there. See what I can do about him. Doesn't take a genius to know that you must be one in charge of this camp. I'm sorry, but you'll have to go. Alright. So I'm gonna slash at this guy.
Alright, well,
and
he's still pretty far away from you, so you're gonna have to take your full movement action to get to him.
Okay. Well, maybe. Or I could try and throw a dagger at him instead. So I guess I'm not, like, because forget that whole speech action I did where I'm, like, trying to
no, we can still say you said the speech. Because the speech doesn't necessarily have anything to do with you actually striking him with your sword. So
okay.
We can say while you're charging at him with the weapon in your hand, you're yelling this at him.
Right. So,
And
yeah.
Actually, that reminds me. You should probably roll intimidation for that.
Okay, what's the die I'm gonna have to use for that?
Alright, it's a D20 and it is a charisma modifier. You add your you roll a D20, add your charisma modifier to that.
Okay. Oh, a 20.
Oh, okay. So what's your charisma? What's your charisma modifier?
My charisma is at 18, so would that be a +4?
That would be a +4, so a natural 20. So, depending on what RDM rolls, that would let me know something here. To see if he resists, to see how bad he is scared of you. It would let me know.
15.
15, so 25... 24. Oh, this guy is, like, he's not wetting himself or using it on himself, but he is shaking in his boots of you. Basically, at the mirror side of you, he is shaking in his boots.
All right, so we'll say
And
with
totally fine with that.
with you yelling this speech at him, he just kind
Yeah.
of widens his eyes, and he's gonna try to hide the fact that he was actually intimidated by a human being.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna say, "That's what you think, mortal."
Alright, so I'm charging at this guy with my sword, and my roll is, yes, 19. And I guess that's plus strength modifier, that's a plus 4, so 23.
Alright, and that's the hit. So, yeah, that definitely hits.
Sweetness.
So, roll that damage.
D10, yes?
Yes.
Alrighty. And 8.
Plus your strength modifier.
Oh, well, that's a plus 4, so 12.
12 damage.
Nice. Alright, so running towards him with your sword in the air, you take your dagger out of your belt, and you're just after you berate him with this speech of yours, and you just go right in the chest.
Nice.
12 piercing damage right to the chest. And
So did he go like this or like that? Oh, it's a dagger you threw. Okay. Or use your greatsword.
Well, I was thinking at first greatsword, then I thought dagger, but if I'm charging towards this guy, I'm gonna go in for close combat.
So you just have sword like this, like a spear, and just... Yeah, that would be piercing.
so he looks at you with an evil look in his eye. He grabs the sword by the blade, and he just slowly pulls it out. And he's just like, "Oh, that makes me mad." And now it is the general's turn. So he is going to take his what? Not a lance, but what's
A Nodachi?
No, like a trident. That's the word I was looking for.
Oh, okay.
He takes his trident and he tries to basically do the same thing to you, eye for an eye, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
So roll for an attack, and we said your AC was 17.
No,
19.
his is 19.
19. So a 9 definitely does not hit. So with that, he goes in for the big stab, and you just take your sword and go parry. And you just see this look on the general's face, like, how dare you?
Mm.
And Leo, that leaves us to you.
I look at Billy. You got the other grunt. Does Billy?
Oh yeah, I got. I'm trying to fight him off, but you can't take him alone.
Well, I'm gonna have to try to hold out. I'm gonna give Sir Thomas some help.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna use my full movement action to get in this guy's face.
Okay. So that's, what, 30, 40 feet?
Mm-hmm. Let's see, what shenanigans should I do to you, Mr. Nylock General? Let's see, look at this.
What can you do? You seem to have all the elements on your side.
I'm gonna put my hand up in this guy's face.
You're gonna do your poison thing?
Yes, just boom.
And just for the audience, the reason why I knew he was going to do that is because in a previous session that you unfortunately will never get to see, he used this poison cloud from his hand quite a lot, and it's a doozy.
Yes.
So, you need to roll for that?
No, it's instantaneous.
Oh.
Instantaneous. You're just so overpowered.
Hey, I got rid of the other class, alright? But he does get a con save.
Okay. So, D20 plus the Constitution modifier?
Plus Constitution 15 plus my Constitution modifier, which is a 4, so he's got to beat a 19.
He didn't.
Oh, that doesn't seem hard.
He didn't.
Oh, so he's taken the full. He's taken the full 2d12 worth of damage here.
Okay, so roll that sweet. Well, I guess it's not sweet because it's poison, but you get the point.
Let's see that. 23 damage.
God damn. Alright, so you get right up in this general's face, and you just shove your hand in his face, and just release this cloud of poison into him, and he's just like his eyes just immediately start blinking. And you can see kind of the scales on his face just kind of curl, revealing the skin underneath. And he's just coughing, and he's not having a good time.
I look at Sir Thomas. Whatever you're about to do, I would say do it now. As a bonus action, because I'm going to help him out, I am going to touch his sword, and I'm going to cast Flame Blade on it.
Oh.
Okay.
Alright.
So,
and I was gonna say for the audience, what does that spell do exactly?
basically, I touch anything, and it will ignite in flame, allowing whatever I touch to do, if it's like a weapon, so 1d10 of damage, it's doing an additional 3d6 fire damage.
Alright.
Alright, so before I can attack, though, we have to go back to Cranston since he's next in, right?
Yes. Yeah. Cranston, what are you going to do to this other Nylok goon that is not frozen and trying to attack you?
Well, I take the two lance and like combine them into like the staff formation, like how Billy does in MMPR.
Yep, I got you.
That's not like control. Would I need the dice to like I kind of like trolling it around, like let's just say like it's Darth Maul's lightsaber or something?
Nah, you don't need to roll for that because you made the weapon. You can do whatever you want with it.
So I like start toying around, just trying to like have like trying to like run like back and forth, having each blade try to hit the Nylok.
All right. So let me get this straight. You're trying to twirl your double-sided lance so that both sides hit this goon?
Yeah, what? Oh, he's getting a prop.
It's fine. It makes sense.
Right.
Okay, I get the point. Thanks, Brandon.
Yeah.
I get the point. All right. I guess you can definitely do that. We'll say you go and whatever. All right. So, why don't you roll 2 attacks for me then? One for each side of the weapon.
Would that be a D20 also?
That's a D20 with your strength modifier.
I'll be right back.
4 and 16.
And with your strength modifier, we'll say that's +4. So 10,
So,
10, and 20. So,
Well,
since
hold on, wait. He said his first roll was a 4, right?
first roll, yes.
Oh, I thought he said 6. Alright, so yeah, that would be 8.
So then 8 and 20.
That would be an 8. Alright. So, the first side of the lance doesn't hit. The goon dodges it. But the second one, he's unable to dodge. As you're twirling, you just go right across him. Alright, roll damage. So that's a D10.
7.
Alright, so +4, that's 11. That's 11 damage.
Yep.
Nice.
So you twirl the lance. He dodges the one side, but you just take it and you just go right across his neck.
Oh yeah!
He's done. Alright, so that's 2 goons down. All that's left is the general.
Alright.
So, unless Brandon wants to do another movement action to try to help you all out, then I guess we're going on. Excuse me, we're going on to Sir Thomas.
Well, I use, like, whatever remaining energy to do, like, one small attack on the enemy.
No, you
You've already done your attack, so you have to. All you can do right now is just move.
No.
Okay, so I move.
Alright, so you're gonna go to the general to help out your friends?
Yes.
Alright, so that's what you do then. Go ahead, Sir Thomas.
Alrighty.
So the general in front of you is currently coughing in a fit of horrible, horrible poison.
Lovely. And expected. So, since I've got this flame blade, I'm gonna put it to good use. Be gone, evildoer! I'm gonna try and just slice it in half right in the middle with this flame. Going to say was, I rolled a 19 plus my strength modifier of 4. That's 23. So
that definitely hits.
That hits. So now I gotta roll for damage, and then like there's the flame damage, right?
Yeah, roll your regular damage. That's your D10 plus your strength modifier, and then roll an extra 2d6 for your fire damage.
Okay. It's only a 1, plus the 4, so that's 5 damage. 5 regular damage. And, a D6, you said? Or 2d6?
3.
3? Okay.
3d6, apparently.
Okay, so we got a 5. We got a 1. And another 1. So 7. 7 fire damage and 5 regular damage.
Alright, so that's 12 damage altogether.
Did I kill him? Did I kill him? Did I kill him?
Not yet.
Oh.
But you're getting there. You're getting there. That was a good blow.
Great. He's at least on fire, right? He's suffering. Yes?
Oh, he's on fire.
He's not feeling too well.
You take your greatsword and you just go.
Yeah.
He's able to get his trident up just in time for the blade to actually cut through him. But the fire damage is what's doing most of the damage here.
Okay.
So the fact that the blade hit his trident, the fire just goes up the weapon and onto him, and he's just like So yeah, he's burning. He's gonna take some damage every one of his turns.
Thanks, man.
And speaking of his turn, it is his turn, and we'll so that's an extra 2 burning damage from that strike.
Mm-hmm.
And he is going to do something similar to what Leo did to him, except it's not poison. Well, it is poison, but it's of a different type. By the way, Jack, I think we've lost your audio.
I'm back.
There we go.
This thing was up.
Yeah,
It wasn't down.
Yeah, I can... Alright. So, he opens his mouth, and he just breathes at you, Leo. And,
He an angry Nylock.
that will be a Constitution save, my friend.
Alright, let me... Constitution save. That will be a 22 con save.
Them high rolls. Alright, so your damage is halved. So, well... Alright. Oh, wow. Rolled pretty high anyway. So, what's half of 21?
It would
Closest
be...
thing would be 10 and a half.
No, it would be 10 rounded. So if it's if it would be 11 rounded down, so it would be 10 damage.
All right, so you take 10 poison damage.
Oh, 10 poison damage. Okay. All right.
All right, and he is going to try to go back into the ruins of the camp. So he's not really running away. He's just taking a tactful retreat.
Attack of opportunity for all three of us.
Most definitely.
I will let Sir Thomas go first.
Very well.
And your flame blade thing is still active on your thing, too.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. So, I'm going to Earth to Heaven this guy. Go, for an upward splash.
Yep. Okay. Roll for your attack.
All right. Ooh! Nat 20!
Oh! All right,
Critical damage, my friend.
So what that is, you double, basically, you double the... You do, instead of 3d6 fire, you get 6d6 fire, and you do 2d10 worth of damage as well. On a natural.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
You might finish this guy off right here and now.
This is excellent. Let's
Depending
do this.
on how much damage you do.
Alright, so rolling my first d10. Come on. It's a fucking 1.
So you roll 2d10 at once, and then the 6d6 at once.
Well, you can't really roll... yeah, I was going to say, you can't really roll 2 dice at once with an app.
Anyway.
Yay.
Actually, no, wait. I think there is a way to do it. Either way, I rolled 1 plus my modifier of 4, that's 5, and then I just rolled a 7, so that's, again, my modifier of 4, that's 11. 7 and 11, that's 18. And now for those, alright, let's...
6d6.
6d6, okay.
If you need me to roll it for you, I can.
No, I'm good. Good, I figured out how to do it. Alright, so 5, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2. The total of fire damage is 24.
Alright. That's all. The regular damage was all you needed to deal this guy down.
Let me have my fun. I have to burn this guy. It's a part of my quest.
Yes,
Well,
I know.
actually,
I understand that.
Actually, it would. You have to, for the fire damage. Basically, all that damage you just did is combined. You just had to roll to get the number separately, and then combine them and throw it in his face.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just saying, the 18 damage was enough to kill him anyway. But, alright. So, I am going to pull a Matt Mercer here.
Critical roll. How do I want to kill him?
Yeah. So, for those of you watching this who are fans of Critical Role, or you call yourself a critter, like I do, you will know that Matt Mercer's shtick when you're about to finish someone important off, how do you want to do this?
Okay, let me use my imagination here. So I just slashed him. Let's, alright. Hey, harnessing the power of the Red Falcon and channeling that fire that Leo's given me, I take my sword and I just, like, twirl it into a flame wheel. I shoot out my sword, flame wheel fires at him, incinerating him.
Alright. So with that, as he's retreating back into the ruins of the camp, he just looks behind him, and you see this huge wheel of flame, and you actually see the person underneath that he was almost is scared. So you can, like, see in his eyes the human that he used to be is afraid. And it just passes over him, and ash. Alright, so that'll end the combat for now.
Perfect, because I actually was minutes away from walking out my door since I have to catch the movie.
Alright, so I guess we'll leave the other two minor quests for next time.
Yeah, work.
That worked.
So, with that, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Rangerverse Medieval D&D.
Let's hope the audio didn't break like the last 2 times.
Indeed. Let's hope I actually got audio this time. And with that, I'm Trevor Golding, your DM.
I'm Jack Russell, Leo the Turtle.
Anthony Giebman, Sir Thomas Oliver.
Brandon Folio, Cranston the Blue Ranger.
With that, may the power protect you.
See you next time.
It's morphing time.